The Gray Man tells the story of a skilled CIA operative who is hunted after discovering the agency's dark secrets. What's up, everybody, and welcome to my review of The Gray Man. Thank you so much for clicking this. I really appreciate it. And of course, this is another Netflix review. It's been out for about a week now, so sorry if I took this long. So, of course, you know from my Man from Toronto review that I said that Netflix has always been a hit and miss with me. But with The Gray Man, after I found out who was behind it, after watching the trailers and read up on it, I found out who the filmmakers was. And it was done by the Russo brothers, the same guys that dipped their toes in the MCU, same guys that gave us Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, and Endgame. The three MCU movies that has made a bundle and was the best of the MCU. So when I found out those were the guys that was doing this movie, oh yeah, it gave me more confidence. But did this movie really have that much of a positive effect? Was this worthy? Let's find out what the positives of The Gray Man. The Russo brothers' style is really satisfying. Their choice of style of filmmaking is done really slick. The way they would shoot this movie, the shot by shot, and the way the movie looks, it's very climactic. Shots, the angles, the frames. It was done very well. And like I said, the look of this movie was great. The film looked really stylistic and smooth. You could tell this movie was not made on the cheap. The action was very satisfying. There's plenty there. There's plenty here to satisfy your action high adrenaline needs. There's plenty of shoot-em-ups, car chases, explosions. Everything a die-hard junkie needs to satisfy one's high. It was perfectly executed. Not to mention drone shots. Now, I'm going to go back to what I said about my Elvis review. Like with that movie, which was a normal biopical film, they used all those drone shots in that movie. They held nothing back in The Gray Man. I swear, I think these filmmakers are taking inspiration from Michael Bay. There was plenty of drone shots in this whole entire movie. Now granted, the way Bay does his films, which is slow motions all around with the explosions, you don't get that here, but you get plenty of drone shots. The Russo brothers still has their own style of filmmaking. I'm not saying that it's a carbon copy, but I swear with all the drone shots, and there was plenty of them here, they're taking inspiration from Michael Bay. There's no doubt. And there was plenty of that here. It wasn't a carbon copy through and through, but it was uncanny on how much they tried to replicate on how Michael Bay does his with all the drone shots. Because like I said, there was plenty of that here, and I really did appreciate that. I really did love that. Not to mention Ryan Gosling as the main character, the guy that gets hunted down throughout this whole entire movie. He was great. This is another guy that doesn't really get on my roster that much. He's not in much movies that I watch, but in The Gray Man, he did a really good job. He just played this guy that was getting hunted down, and on top of trying to save this girl from the bad guys, he had plenty of kick-ass about him, but he was pretty cool in this film. I liked him as the main character. Not to mention, you get Chris Evans, who, I've got to say this before I continue. It felt like a family reunion because the entire cast and crew was behind the MCU movies I just mentioned, which also had Chris Evans as Captain America in those. So in this, it kind of felt like a family reunion. So I had to get that out of the way. Chris Evans as the villain, he was awesome. It was a nice change of pace after spending years watching him as a hero turning into a villain in this movie. It was a fresh change of pace. And let me tell you, he was sadistic, he was psychotic, he was just one of those mercenaries that you just love to hate. And again, as I've said many times in my past videos, you got to have a good villain, and you did get that here in Chris Evans. At first, I didn't realize that was him. I knew he was in this movie, but I didn't realize that was him at first because he's got a stash in this. He's always clean cut and shaved in the MCU as Captain America. So it took me maybe 5 minutes to realize, oh, okay. until like the next scene he was in it. Like the first scene I didn't realize that was him, but the next scene he was in it, okay, yeah, there he is. But yeah, he doesn't hold nothing back as his character, and I commend it. I really do commend him. And it was also nice seeing Billy Bob Thornton in this. I didn't really know he was in this. Yeah, I read up about it, but I guess I skimmed it too fast. But I didn't realize he was in this, and it was nice seeing him back. I can't even remember the last time I seen the guy. It's been so long since I've seen him in anything. He didn't have a big part, but it was nice seeing him back. He's another actor I really liked since Sling Blade. This was a really cool movie, but where this movie falters, getting into the negatives, is the story. I feel like this is a type of story that's been told so many times. It didn't really feel fresh. It didn't have an original take on it. It just felt like something that I've seen time and time again, so much so to where some of the things that happened in this I predicted right off the bat, and that's how unsurprising this was. It just felt like it was something that I've seen so many times, so much so that I would actually predict the lines before characters would even say it. I'd be like, oh yeah, how did I know he's going to say that? Oh yeah, that's a shocker. Oh yeah, he's done that. I predicted that. How did I know all this stuff? It's because I've just felt like this is something that I've seen time and time again. That's how I felt like, and it just didn't really feel fresh. And because of that, it just took the surprise away through most of what I was trying to get into. The action and the characters and all that was awesome, but it just falters on the storyline. Maybe this is my fault, but I just, with the predictions that I kept on making, I was like, oh yeah, that's a shocker. Not to mention the ending, it felt incomplete. Yeah, you get a great climax between Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling. That's a no-brainer there. But the wrap-up scene, I just felt like I had a few questions. Yeah, maybe it was opening up for a sequel, but some of the things just kind of just felt incomplete, and I was like, okay, what about this? What about that? Without giving too much away, it just didn't really satisfy it on a complete level, if you get what I'm saying. This is still a good movie, and if it's any consolation, I liked this one a little better than The Man from Toronto. Both are good, but this one kind of leveled up a little better than that other film, if that helps. But in the end, guys, this movie was fine. It was great in terms of action and characters, but it just really did falter for me on the story front and the ending because of all the predictions and just incomplete feeling that I felt. But it was a fun enough movie, and I recommend you checking it out immediately if you have Netflix. It's on Netflix right now, so just go check it out and see it for yourself. For an action movie, it's a great time. Just temper your expectations when it comes to the story and the familiarity, and be on the fence. So, The Gray Man, have you seen it yet? What did you think of it? Did you find it entertaining? You get anything out of it? Or was this not for you? Did you find this to be a tad bit on the familiar side? Leave me your comment down below and give me your thoughts. Thank you so much, guys, as always, for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And click that bell icon so you don't miss a thing. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.